Hello and welcome to This Week in the Broadband Universe. I'm Craig Corbin. News of yet another massive program to support expansion of high-speed internet services in the Peach State. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp has announced the investment of $240 million to build comprehensive broadband networks in underserved communities statewide. Funds will be made available through the Capital Projects Fund grant program and administered by the Office of Planning and Budget. Applications for the competitive grant program opened earlier this week. The CPF program comes on the heels of a $400 million broadband project announced earlier this year, which marked the largest investment in high-speed internet infrastructure in Georgia history. The awarded projects collectively target more than 180,000 residential and business locations across the state. By the end of 2022, public funding to expand broadband access in Georgia will total upwards of $1 billion. For the first time in more than 5 years, Google Fiber is expanding. Word this week of plans to bring fiber service to cities in Arizona, Colorado, Idaho, Nebraska, and Nevada. Expansion to those 5 new cities over the next several years will bring the total number of metro areas served by Google Fiber to 22. Last month, Mesa, Arizona approved Google Fiber's application to bring service there. Google Fiber was first launched in 2012. Fiber optic broadband consulting, construction, and design firm Lit Communities has announced the addition of Lindsay Miller as the company's new president of consulting. Miller, a broadband public affairs attorney, joins Lit after serving as partner and vice chair of the government law group in the Columbus, Ohio office of Ice Miller LLP. I spoke earlier this week with Lindsay about how her new role will be a continuation of previous collaborative efforts between Ice Miller and Lit.
Absolutely. So, as you referenced, we, in my former life at Ice Miller, had partnered with Lit across several states and many different communities as we were working with them to look at not only what their broadband access needs are, but also their opportunities to fill those gaps and address digital inclusion programming and needs in that sector of the world as well. So we have collaborated in a variety of different communities. I think for a long time there was a feel that broadband access needs were very streamlined to rural markets, and that's just not the case. So we've worked across Ohio predominantly, Pennsylvania and West Virginia together, and I'm excited to continue to expand that footprint with that collaboration.
You can see more of my conversation with Lindsay on an upcoming edition of the Broadband Universe podcast. Expansion of data centers has periodically been impacted by insufficient power transmission infrastructure. You can now add Loudoun County in the Commonwealth of Virginia to the list of areas dealing with a shortage of electricity. According to BizNow, Dominion Energy, the primary power utility serving data centers in Northern Virginia, revealed last month that service to as many as 10 data center projects will be delayed perhaps until 2026. Well, are you ready to add yet another streaming service to the ever-growing list of viewing options? Word this week that Bally Sports will officially launch all 19 of its regional sports network brands as direct-to-consumer services on September the 26th. Bally Sports rolled out an introductory launch of 5 of their RSNs in June of this year. Bally Sports Plus will allow subscribers access to live local NBA and NHL broadcasts, pre- and post-game shows, along with regionally produced programming, including college football and basketball. Current pricing, $19.95 per month or $189 annually, with additional pricing options to be available after the service's launch. And finally, on a related note, it's a great time to be a member of the Big Ten Conference. They've just put a bow on a 7-year, $7 billion media rights agreement with Fox, CBS, and NBC Sports. The deal, which is slated to begin in July of 2023, has a projected eventual yearly payout of $100 million to each of the conference's 16 member institutions. I'm Craig Corbin. Thanks for watching This Week in the Broadband Universe.